Hey guys, welcome to episode Dose of Gridiron Guys.
Dose!
With my brother and good friend, Nate
Smith.
Smith. Say hi.
What's up, people? Name's Nate.
Ready to rock this thing. So, today is April 3rd, Tuesday. Last night was the end of March Madness. Sad day. But you're not going to get much analyst from this podcast because we didn't give a shit and we didn't watch the game. All right. Because we didn't care for both teams. All I know is that Villanova won and it was kind of predictable.
You know what the cool thing is the last team to beat Villanova and the last team to beat Michigan was both from Nebraska. So, bam!
So,
greatest basketball
suck on
state.
that, all right? 20-point win. Boom! Suck it, Big Blue. You going to call him out? I know. You told me earlier you're going to call him out. Call him out.
Oh, yeah. Dave Portnoy. Or whatever the fuck your name is. Loyola Chicago was a great story, and you just had to ruin it by your fake vape videos, and you're sitting there drinking a beer, calling Sister Jean or whatever the hell her name was,
yeah,
a bitch and everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
Sister Jean.
You kind of ruined it for everyone, and made people hate you.
I do like the Pat McAfee show, and I really like Sean Latham, so, don't really care about this Dave guy, especially when football season's going to roll around.
Right, and we're going to
kick their ass! Woo! So, okay, Michigan obviously loses. I was,
kind of bummed.
Not really. I don't really give a shit at this point. Like, my team lost in the Elite Eight, and I just really didn't give a shit.
It'd been nice to see since we're Nebraska fans, it'd been nice to see a Big Ten team win the championship. It'd show a lot for the conference itself.
Because
now we got a Big East champion.
The Big Ten has been pretty competitive,
right,
in the last 3 or 4 years.
And it seems like people don't give them love. I mean, yeah, Nebraska kind of flopped in the NIT, but
But who wouldn't flop when you know that you're worthy of being in the NCAA tournament?
Right. Mine was wrong.
Like, exactly. Like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, they lost in the first round of the NIT. It's like, well, if Michigan didn't get in, they'd probably lose in the first round of the NIT too.
Right. What's the play for in the NIT?
I mean, not in tournament, NIT.
Yeah. It'd have been great to see our two best players we've had in a long time make a run in the tournament because we were playing pretty good. Scratch the Michigan game in the Big Ten tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd have been cool to see Nebraska get in and try to make it pretty far, I guess.
So both of our guys have declared, but they haven't hired an agent, which is very important because if you don't hire an agent, you don't think your draft stock is very good, you can always come back,
right,
which is really good because I think
Yep.
both of these players can really benefit from one more year.
Oh yeah.
To be honest,
Yep.
We've got a good squad with Isaiah Roby, Watson. I think the key for the Huskers next year is that Watson needs to be more of a consistent point guard.
For sure.
He's got these spurts in these games where he can shoot the ball well, but it's not on a consistent basis.
But he can shoot the ball well and everything, but he also has just such bad turnovers all the time, and you're like, God, man, learn from the mistake, like stepping out of bounds when you just catch the ball, and it's all learning mentality. And next year, I hope he pulls through and he's maybe a Big Ten All-American.
Okay.
Yeah. He has the capability of it.
See, the thing here is that we've got a 4-star recruit coming in, and he is supposed to be a pretty good point guard. So I don't know. Maybe that'll push Glenn to maybe play a little harder or something. I don't think the effort's not there. I think his consistency with shooting is off. To be a true point guard, you need to average at least 6 or 7 assists a game.
Right.
In my opinion, you are a point guard first. If you can score, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But your first job is to facilitate the ball to the open guy or pass the ball to get the ball movement.
Yeah.
That's why teams like the San Antonio Spurs every year And obviously Loyola of Chicago, this year's Cinderella team, did so well because they were able to get ball movement to the open guy and get shots up.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree with the point guard situation. If he could do all that, and then we get this 4-star recruit as a point guard, then our bench would be deep, which is a huge benefit from this year to next year. And then, I mean, it'd just be nice to see some ball movement and some smart offensive plays instead of just taking one-on-ones all the time and one deep three all of a sudden and kind of ruining the role they have going, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the Huskers have a pretty good chance next year. Obviously, they signed Tim Miles to another couple of years. I don't know the exact amount of years, but I think that Timmy is actually starting to figure it out after, 6 years of being here.
Starting to feel the pressure.
Well, the thing is that I don't think I don't think Sean Eichhorst really gave a crap about the basketball program.
Right.
Bill Moose cares about all of athletics.
Yep.
That's why he picked up Scott. That's why he's going to stick with Tim, because he sees the improvement. We won the most games in conference that we've had in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So there's improvement. You see it. It just needs to be on a consistent basis. Consistent basis year in, year out.
This is a prove it year for Tim Miles this upcoming year. Yeah, you had a really good season this year, not what we wanted, but it showed improvement.
Mm-hmm.
This next year has to show more improvement, and you have to do something with these players now. You got them here. Nebraska has a great facility for basketball. They have, top 10 facility for basketball. We can compete with recruiting with Kansas, Duke, and Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
We can. We have great facilities.
Yeah,
here. There's no reason why.
You're absolutely right. And that's not just, and it's not just basketball, it's football too. We have the best facilities for sport for athletes in the country, I think.
Yeah.
Because it all starts with the strength and conditioning.
Right.
And you're seeing that, okay, now let's flip the page. We're going to talk about football. Our football squad, dude, they have improved. They have dropped so much weight, and it's from the strength and conditioning coach, Zachary Duvall. It's Duvall, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Zach Duvall. Man, this guy is incredible. He won strength and conditioning coach of the year. Just look at the way UCF played football last year. They were fast. They were running the ball, and it showed. They're fast. They're big. And, look at Shaquem Griffin. He ran a 4-3 or 4 something? It was fast for a linebacker. It's like one of the fastest times.
It was the fastest for a linebacker.
Yeah. So, these players are gaining muscle, but they're not losing that speed, which is very, very important.
Right. And a plus side is you're going to see a lot more heart into the game. You're not going to see kids give up. And that's a huge. I quit watching the Huskers during games because you just see them jogging out there and not going full speed last year. It was piss poor to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no discipline on the team. And then now already we haven't even seen the spring game yet, and you see the improvements they've given already. And the kids are having fun. Actually, they're learning something. They're getting bigger. They're getting stronger and faster. It's just I can't wait for the spring game.
It's gonna be great. And another thing I like is Scott's mentality.
Yep.
Hearing him talk about how he wants players to go make big plays, and not be afraid to make that play because of they're afraid to. Yeah, and I think that philosophy works. It doesn't work for everybody, for sure. Some kids do need that ass chewing, but I like his mentality. You know where he got that mentality from? His coach, Tom Osborne.
Yeah.
And I'm on Twitter, and I'm seeing all this junior day stuff, and all of a sudden I see freaking Tom Osborne with the retro 95 jacket on. I'm like, dude, this guy is still fucking got it. He still got it. He looks like a G. And it's huge to have a guy like that be able to, and he hasn't been affiliated with the program since Pelini. And I think that having Tom there is a great recruiting tool. He's a national champion. He's a top 5 Hall of Fame coach. Who wouldn't want to play for a program that has had a history like Nebraska, maybe not recent history, but we've had history. We've won a lot of games. We're like, what, in the top 5 for total wins?
Yep.
So, I mean, we're a good program. We're not the Alabamas, the Oklahomas, but we will be. We will be. I mean, from what I've seen so far is that we are seeing improvement not only from the physical standpoint, but from the mental standpoint. And hell, I mean, our recruiting's gone up. I think you're going to start seeing us win those battles with those Southeastern Conference. We're going to beat those Floridas for these kids in Florida. We're going to prove that Lincoln is it's a great town. And I mean, I watched a Facebook Live of a recruit 2 months ago. It's that Bubba guy. Cam Jones. He's that safety.
Yep.
And he was like, I love Lincoln. Like, it's small, but you know what? It's not like these big cities where you can get into trouble. Which can happen.
Yep.
Lincoln, you can get in trouble in, just like anywhere else. But I liked his mentality when he said, it gives me a chance to just focus on football in school. So, I mean,
positive.
It's definitely looking up.
And it's another thing, this recruiting is these JUCOs. I mean, I don't know really if we were attacking the JUCOs like we should have. Like, we got a great junior college, Iowa Western, that is, I mean, in Council Bluffs.
It's literally,
people will say it's literally almost in our state. I mean, why aren't we going there every weekend to watch these people play? Florida Gators just got their number one tackle and from Iowa Western. And now all of a sudden we picked up Will Hannes and Greg Bell. Two JUCOs that didn't go to Iowa Western, but still two JUCOs that are very respected in their positions in junior college. Will Hannes was the number one inside linebacker. I mean, that's something we were lacking for 7-8 years, you know? I mean, we haven't had a linebacker to really be dominant. And I'm excited to see this Will Hannes play. And Greg Bell, I mean, we're loaded at the running backs, but the kid has some talent, and it'd be awesome to see the competition they bring. And that's another thing. The competition they're going to bring to practice for that starting spot. The QBs, the running backs, the wide receivers. I mean, it's awesome. I can't wait because there's going to be so much talent on this team this year. It's going to be fun what this young coaching staff can do with them.
And East Mississippi, Mike Williams. I think he's going to be a good pickup for the wide receivers. We have J.D. Spillman in the slot. We have Tyjon Lindsey in the slot. And then you have your two outside guys, obviously Stanley Morgan, who's going to be a huge factor in this year. He's obviously going to be a great wide-out threat. I think he's probably going to...
out-deep threat.
Yeah, he's going to probably lead the Big Ten. I will come out and say that. He will probably lead the Big Ten in touchdowns. No, maybe not touchdowns. He'll definitely get receptions and receiving yards. For sure. I think we're gonna see him break the 1,000 yards receiving this year, I think.
But it all starts up with the two Forniak brothers. They got to come out and play this year. They got to just be man-eaters out there. Just beat the hell out of the guy in front of you and just drive the ball. Make Scott Frost say, we're going to run it until they stop us. 5 yards of carry, boy, you're going to get to that end zone pretty fast.
Yep, for sure. I mean, and Cole Conner needs to play a lot better.
He needs to play a lot better.
The center position needs we had guys towards the end go down, which is understandable. Yeah. Farniak had broken something in his hand.
But he still played. What a man.
Yeah. We need players like that. We need guys that are willing to play hurt. Because if it's just a bump or a bruise, go back in there. Yep. I understand if you tear your ACL, dude, get off the field. Yeah. But we need players that are willing to put their bodies and their minds out on that field, because not only are they representing themselves, they're representing the state. Like that's all we have here in Nebraska is football. Nebraska football is what we talk about 365 days a year. And honestly, I think the alcohol rate goes up every single season. It does. After every season, no matter how good or bad we do, people buy alcohol because they're depressed. It's not football season.
Yep.
That's how it goes. That's how it is around here. And I think we're going to see a lot of improvement. I'm interested to see, and with the whole Greg Bell thing and the JUCO, I think the reason that they went out for these guys is because they need experienced guys right away to come in. And I mean, at the running back position, that was kind of interesting. We also have that Washington kid out of I think he was out of Texas too. He was like the number 3 or 4 running back in this year's class. What's his name?
Maurice.
Yes, Maurice Washington. Where's he from?
Cedar Hill, Texas.
Cedar Hill, Texas. He dominated that Under Armour game. He had an insane amount of rushing yards, but like, we're going to be so stacked. I'm assuming that we're going to have some transfers, most likely towards the end of this next year. Granted, I haven't heard anything about Trey Bryant because he's been hurt.
Right.
Like, and they weren't ever talking about it. The last coaching staff wasn't talking about his injury. So, it's going to be awesome.
2 more things to say about the recruiting. CJ Smith, you've already become my favorite player on the defense. I haven't even seen you play. I watched a couple of highlights on Huddle of you, and man, just ball out this year. Dominique Watt, man, you have a bomb-ass last name.
You gotta
Stand up to it.
Yeah, you've got to be JJ Watt out here. What position does he play?
Wide receiver.
Okay.
Just one hand out there, OBJ, everything.
But I mean, and also let's talk about some current Huskers. I'm actually in the works of trying to set up an interview with Adam Carricker from the Carricker Chronicles. I will keep you guys updated on what the situation is, hopefully here in the next few weeks. I'm really excited to see what he brings to the table. He was by far one of my favorite defensive linemen playing for Nebraska. He always went balls deep in everything he did.
Balls deep?
Yeah, balls deep, man. He went 100 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour. But that, and I might be in contact with a player that will be a walk-on this year. I'm not going to release their name. I've yet to ask them, but it's somebody that we know. But I think another thing that's really important for this Husker team is getting these walk-ons. Right. These walk-ons are very, very important because they push the other guys. Yep. These walk-ons, these group of guys are going to make these other players from out of state understand what Nebraska is, what they understand what Nebraska football is. I mean, the last time, and I will say this, the last time Nebraska won the national championship, they had a Husker, they had a Nebraska native head coach and a Nebraska native quarterback. We have a chance with Verdo. He's got to sit out this year, but he knows the offense.
That's the thing. We're gonna have young quarterbacks. I mean, other than Patrick O'Brien, they're all freshmen.
Yeah,
you know,
Tristan Gebbia is
who's the favorite right now? Does anyone know?
From what I've seen from video there's only been one person that they've really gotten on film practicing, and it's been O'Brien. So, I mean, if he can, he's part of that percentage that lost some weight. Yeah. He's a big boy.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy, but if it's all muscle and he's able to run that offense, I wouldn't mind seeing him out there. If he's going to go 100%, like, give him the ball. Tell Adrian Martinez, hey, I'm going to redshirt you. You're the future. And then give Gebbia a chance. Because the quarterback position, we're going to see a pro. We are going to see a pro in this class. Somebody's going to go to the NFL from the Huskers, and they're going to do well. I really do think that.
I think this quarterback carousel, whatever you want to call it right now, I mean, you're going to see more than one starter. I mean, you might see Gibbia one game. You might see O'Brien the next game. I mean, just kind of see who fits. I hate it when they do that, but it's first year. Gibbia and O'Brien got to learn this offense. I think Gibbia actually ran a part of this offense in high school. But O'Brien's got a hell of an arm. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Martinez, he's all eyes are on him right now. And don't be surprised if you see Gibbia or O'Brien up there. I mean, Vertil's going to be fun to watch next year because I think he's the real deal and he's going to play. And he's a Husker kid. I mean, he is from Newman. He grew up in Nebraska, watched Nebraska, heard about Scott Frost, learned about him, and then he went over to UCF and played for him. And now he came back here because he followed him. I mean, there's got to be a connection there. It's going to be fun next year and this year.
History always repeats itself. That's what I always say. It always happens. We're about good 6 months. Oh, no. Yeah, 6 months away from first game. I've looked at the schedule. There's a lot of year one. I'm going to be realistic. I think we'll go 8-4 this year.
That's a very possible.
8-4, I would be fine with as long as we beat our side of the division. Yeah.
Iowa.
Yes. Well,
gotta beat them.
Well, I think we need to beat Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I think honestly, Wisconsin's more important than Iowa. To be honest with you,
hey,
they've had our number since we came to the Big Ten. We need to start evening that out.
Yeah.
And it's on the recruiting trail. They got one of our guys from Lincoln. Yeah. How do you lose a guy in the freaking area? You don't lose those matches, man. You don't. You should never lose an in-state kid to a division rival. Yeah. That should never happen. This kid, if Nebraska puts an ass whooping on Wisconsin, might reconsider. Because, this kid's freaking, he's a big boy.
Yeah,
he's what, a 3-star? 3-star defensive tackle? And I do follow him on Twitter because, he's a Nebraska boy, whatever, he's playing for the Badgers. But I saw him squat 500. Easy. And we're missing out on that. Granted, our defense, you know what? Let's talk about the defense side of the ball for a second here. We've talked about enough on offense. Defensive side, we have some good returning guys.
Freedom?
Freedom.
Whatever your last name is, Freedom?
Yeah, we'll just call him Freedom because it's America.
America!
I do like our chances on defense because we played a 3-4 last year. Sure, it didn't work, but guess what? They're not changing much.
Yeah.
They're not changing much. It's a 3-4. Your basic 3-down linemen, 4 linebackers, and 2 DBs and a safety, I think. Yeah, 2 D. Yeah, sorry. There's only 11 on the field. I'm not very good at counting very fast in my head. So, and I don't think the system last year under the coaching staff last year, God help me, I liked Mike Riley. I thought his stuff was going to work, but we've moved on. I think we've got the right people in there. I think, and it's also important that these guys can sell Lincoln because the success they've had at UCF and Scott Frost playing here, Barrett Rude, or Bo Rude. Is it Bo Rude? Yeah, it's Bo Rude. Right?
Barrett's here.
Oh, Barrett?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he did well in the NFL, and they can sell this place better than anybody else.
Yep.
So, defense, sure, we lose Chris Jones. We lose Kalu. But we still got Dedrick Young, I think, who can really surprise people at the linebacker position. We have this new JUCO guy that can jump into the system, play really well. We have both Carlos and Khalil Davis, which I think will thrive under the 3-4. And then we have Freedom.
Got to get the pass.
Yeah, you got it. The defensive line is a huge factor. And I know for a fact when you run a 3-4, that leaves you at a disadvantage, especially in the running game, because
you got
obviously
Will Hannes eating up people on the inside, man.
Yeah,
inside linebacker. That's. I'm looking forward to him, watching him and watching his craft at linebacker, because, like I said earlier, we haven't had a linebacker really stand out. Banderas was. He had his mind straight and everything, but he's just too slow. I mean, it'll be fun to see this Will Hannes just be a beast and an animal out there.
Yeah, for a 3-4, your linebackers have to be able to cover in space. They have to be fast enough to cover slot receivers, tight ends. They have to be able to make open field tackles, come up and make open field tackles. But football season, we're 6 months away. You know for a fact that Gridiron Guys will be reviewing every game, hell, I think I might take my equipment down for the Colorado game and just do a podcast before the game. I'll be in Lincoln. Do a podcast before the game. Hell, that might be a fun one. We might be drunk as hell.
God.
Oh God,
it's gonna be fun. Can't wait.
It's gonna be a
Playing
blast.
Colorado again, Big 12 rivals.
I can't wait till we play. I can't wait till we play Oklahoma and we're both relevant.
Oh my God,
that is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, boss, if you're listening to this, I'm gonna need whenever we play Oklahoma off. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so we're gonna. This week is Masters Week.
Masters.
So, Augusta National.
I'd love to go there.
God, you can't even. You can't. Okay, so I was listening to the Ross Bullen podcast. No, actually, it was Backdoor Cover, and these guys went to the Masters last year. They said you can't have your phone on the course. You got to put it in a lockbox. And honestly, I think I would benefit from that, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, you'd enjoy people's, watching people excel at what they do, you know? It's just fun. And scream and yell for Tiger. I don't know if Tiger's going to win it this year, though.
What's his odds? Let's talk about the odds.
10-1.
I would take him. He's
you
playing
know who's tied with him? Jordan
Spieth. Well, he's won it twice.
Well, 10-1.
I would say...
We got a bet going on here.
Do we?
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Tiger, and I got the field.
That's not a fair.
We
shook.
shook.
That wasn't what I meant for that bet.
No, dude. I like Tiger. I don't think he's gonna win it. I think he'll get to the final day, but that's about it. I'm going for Jason Day just because I like Jason Day. He has a hot ass wife.
I mean, I'm going for anybody with a smoking dime for a wife. Let
Damn,
me just tell you that right now.
Everyone has one. I would love to see Lefty win it though.
Oh, Phil? Yeah. Oh God, me being a lefty, you think I would want? I mean, he's won what? 2?
I don't know.
No, he's won 1. He's won 1 Masters. But it's gonna be interesting. When does that tournament start? Does it start today?
No.
When does it start? Tomorrow? Man, I might have just taken off the day to just day drink and watch golf, which is really, really not what I wanted to do. But, you know, it's the Masters. It's the only golf tournament that I'll ever watch, I guess.
You don't watch the Open?
Yeah. You mean the British Open?
No, the U.S. Open.
The
British Open, you gotta watch.
Yeah.
That's great TV.
It's in Scottish. Scottish! We like to talk in Scottish! Oh, that's a nice putt by Tiger!
Dude. Have you ever seen that Robin Williams?
Yes! It's a gopher hole!
It's a gopher
It's a gopher hole. I'm going to... We gotta
call it stroke because every time you swing, you act like you have
fucking die!
That was so funny.
R.I.P. Robin Williams. We love you, man.
Love him.
Can't find one? Oh, hold on. Hey, Surrey, when does the Masters start?
The Masters is scheduled for Thursday at Augusta National.
All right.
Thursday.
Thank you, Siri.
Thanks, Siri. You're finally not a piece.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I don't really pay attention to golf, but, you know, it's the Masters. It's Augusta National.
You gotta watch it. It's around my birthday.
Yes, this is true. Big boy turns 23.
Woo! LeBron James, 23.
God, this kid just... knows how to push my fucking buttons. You disrespectful person. Oh, God! Okay, so should we talk about the NBA?
Do we have to?
I mean, it's playoff time.
All right, it's almost playoff time. I want to see Boston win it, but I got Houston. They're playing too good. Right now they're not, but
I would either say Houston or Golden State.
fuck Golden State.
You know what? I'm gonna pick a dark horse. This is never gonna happen. But I would love to see Minnesota make it.
Oh God! I thought you were gonna say Philadelphia.
I could.
Villanova, Philadelphia Eagles,
Yeah,
and Philadelphia 76ers.
True. Oh,
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, it would be. Okay, we're not going to talk about NBA. We can't talk about the NBA right now. Let's talk about the NFL real quick and all of the stuff that LA Rams are doing.
Oh God!
First they get Sue, then they get. Hold on. It all started off with Marcus Peters. They got Marcus Peters,
Aqib Talib,
and Aqib Talib, and now they got Ndamukong Suh, and then today, not even an hour ago, they got Brandon Cooks, who was a 1,000-yard receiver under Tom Brady last year, as a wide receiver.
There's not a team that looks better than them right now.
You know what's going to be sad if they actually make the Super Bowl and then choke.
Well, they better not. Don't say that.
They're gonna, but there's some good, and the NFC's looking a lot stronger than the AFC is. Yeah. And you got the Eagles that are gonna be good again.
Carson Wentz hopefully can start right away.
I know who I'm taking fantasy football. Oh God, goodness.
That makes it sound weird.
Carson. Hey,
what was that all about?
Hey,
you got a little dream about him or something?
Hey, as long as he keeps throwing touchdowns and I get points, bro. I mean, why wouldn't I make that voice? What's your problem?
It's hard to pass over in fantasy the best quarterback ever to play the game.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
I had him last year. Dude, he kind of underperformed.
He's a beast.
He underperformed.
He goes Super Bowl damn near every year.
It doesn't matter. I don't care about the Super Bowl. I want regular season stats.
That's another thing, Barstool president. You root for choker artists.
You mean choke artists?
That's what I said.
You said choker.
Choke artists.
Okay, whatever you said. It's okay.
Doesn't matter. He does root, and it's funny as fuck because he sits there and brags all year until they lose the national championship or Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who do you have in the fucking NBA finals there, buddy?
I think
I'm chirping right now.
Yeah, you are. You're. Oh God, don't. No.
We'll probably pick that up.
We'll have to listen to it. No, man. I mean, the LA, and I mean, they didn't look bad last year. Jared Goff had a good year.
Yeah, I know. He's
the second year.
Himself.
And I mean, the coach is a badass.
Yeah.
He's young. He's basically the NFL version of Scott Frost. I mean, if Scott Frost were to be able to dominate, like, in the NFL...
You better not go to the NFL.
He won't. This is his dream job.
Yeah, Sean McVay he's a damn good coach. And it's kind of cool seeing a young guy just come into his own and, like, building a team like the LA Rams. I mean, they are completely stacked. Jared Goff is becoming pretty good. It'd be exciting to see what he does this year. And then you got, in my opinion, one of the best running backs in the NFL right now, Todd Gurley. I mean, hand him the ball every game.
Should have won the MVP.
Should have
won the MVP.
Definitely.
I think what he did.
And they have a stacked defense now.
Oh, absolutely. How are people going to beat them?
I don't know.
It just doesn't make sense when you have Aaron Donald and Sue.
Yeah.
That's literally Nebraska's 2019. To be honest, that's the defensive line. Let's talk about Sue for a second here.
Did you see Will Compton got picked up by
Yes!
Tennessee?
Yes, that was a good pickup by Tennessee.
That's
Well,
good
I
to see.
didn't even know that he was a free agent. I thought he re-signed with the Redskins.
I did too, but nope. He got picked up by the Tennessee Titans, so congrats on that.
Did you see that Niles Paul is going to be playing tight end for your Jacksonville Jaguars?
I did see that, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be damn good again next year.
Yeah,
if he can catch and hold on to the ball.
Yeah, well, as long as you don't play prevent defense against fucking Tom Brady, let him throw all over.
I don't know what the hell happened.
Well, hey, at least your team didn't blow a 21-point lead at home in a wild card game. Andy Reid
against the Titans.
Put down the fucking playbook, first of all. But the Chiefs made some good moves. They got Sammy Watkins. I think if he can stay healthy, him, Tyreek, they're definitely going to have one of the
fastest.
For sure.
Yeah.
I saw on Twitter that Tyreek is trying to get his Madden speed up to 100. Be the first person to have 100 speed. And I mean, he is one of the fastest players in the NFL.
Isn't he?
Yeah. I think he might be the fastest.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide. Speaking of the NFL, NFL draft, first round here, live podcast. Watch it.
We're gonna do the first round.
Yeah,
Completely
first round.
live.
First round. We'll have to make it into three parts probably because it's only 45 minutes long. But it's definitely gonna be gold for sure. It's on a Thursday night.
Who do you think is gonna be number one?
Obviously, it's probably going to be. You know what? Going with my brain, it's probably going to be either Darnold or Saquon. But I honestly I wouldn't pass up Saquon with the first pick. I wouldn't be if I were the Browns. He's a once in a generational type of player. You know what I mean? He can do stuff out of the backfield that hasn't been done in years.
Yep.
So, it's kind of tough to really see what they're going to do. I mean, they could pick a quarterback.
I think it's Josh Allen, and then they pick.
I forgot about Josh Allen.
They got 1 and 4.
Their second pick is 1 and 5.
Their second pick's going to be Saquon.
If he's up there.
Because Giants got to pick a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, but I think Eli could play another.
I do too, but you got to set something up. I don't think they have anyone.
Yeah.
It's like
they have Geno Smith, and he's trash.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Jets signing Teddy Bridgewater to one of the lowest contracts ever, and Teddy deserves a lot better than.
I don't understand
1 year, $1 million. He's way better player than that, for sure. The Jets should be paying him 4 years, $25 million, or close to the max, because the Jets aren't going to get any better, and he might be the best possibility at quarterback.
Yeah, he was having a hell of a year. Unfortunate injury at Minnesota Vikings. I mean, I think he proved himself already that he can win and can have good accuracy and good arm strength and everything a NFL quarterback needs. And then, understandably, Case Keenum started to play better and everything of what he did at like previous teams,
like Houston.
Yeah, and then it was a QB battle at Minnesota and Case Keenum won, but you can't tell me that Teddy Bridgewater just went to shit.
No.
I mean, he is a damn good quarterback, and he is smart.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, for sure he is.
And I was hoping the Jags would pick him up or something, because we need a backup. We don't have one right now.
I mean, Blake really surprised me this playoffs. I didn't. I don't think I was the only one that thought he was trash, to be honest with you.
I still think he is trash.
We'll see. Little bit of baseball. Baseball started last week. Nate doesn't really like baseball.
I root for anyone playing the Cubs.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Because nobody likes the Cubs other than Cubs fans. Nobody likes watching them.
Well, we're 2-3, and
really you lost to the Marlins twice.
Yeah, well,
they suck.
2 out of 4, I'll split it, but it doesn't really matter what you do in April. It's what you do in October.
All I'm saying is my favorite to win that too early prediction. Houston Astros.
Astros. I mean, you'd be
They're
dumb not
too
to.
Good. Too good.
I mean, and you know that they're already in the top 5. Like the power rankings right now, it goes Houston, LA, the Nationals.
The Nationals are
good. They're 4-0.
Did you hear that? Did you hear during, like, it was before the pitch throws, you heard a fan go like, "You're overrated, Bryce Harper," and he just knocks it out of the park. I wonder what that fan said after.
No, I read an article. So they were playing in Atlanta. I think that's where they were playing. No, can't be.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati. And Bryce Harper was doing something. They were playing the Oregon music, right? And the Imperial March started playing, and then the organist started playing the Go Cubs Go, because the free agency, like, there's rumors of him wanting to play with Chris Bryant, which is completely fine with me. I put another bat in there, but I think free agency is going to be big, especially with baseball. It's kind of a huge thing for those guys because they get way too much money.
Way too much.
But
if you're going to talk about MLB, I just want to throw a shout out about the Florida Gators. Number 2 right now. They should be number 1 in college baseball, defending champs.
And let me tell you, we'll probably be live podcasting from the CWS this year. We'll have to work on what we can do. It'd definitely be a bomb-ass time to record from there.
General admission, too. Live right with the crowd,
you can't,
the beach balls.
I can't do that with a computer.
Oh, the hell we can't. We do it on the phone.
Might actually be able to do that.
There you go.
That might work. But we're getting close to the end of this podcast for Gridiron Guys. Nate, where can the good people follow you on social media?
At Big Jim 4460 on Twitter. And yeah, that's the only thing I really check and use. So go follow me.
You have access to the Gridiron Guys
Yep.
on Twitter.
Yep.
We both do. You can follow me. I really got to change my handle. It's at L Agan 21, but like my username's at DJ Lukey Duke, which
DJ
probably gonna have to change that. But yeah, guys, for Gridiron Guys, we appreciate you. Go Big Red, and
can't wait till spring game.
Keep it classy.